Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Let's Play Spirit of Justice. So in the last episode, we have discovered that Uendo has DID, also known as multiple personality disorders. And I think it's safe to assume that the card that spelled out Owen the Fourth is more than likely talking about his fourth personality, even though he says he only has 3. So let's see if we can get to that point. A new interpretation. Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes?
Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personality, this now makes perfect sense.
The Karada cards. The Karada cards. The Karuda cards. Excuse me.
That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Fourth could possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Fourth actually means a secret fourth personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen!
What? Pokanka.
Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want to be associated anyway with that dying message.
No, that's not why. We kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters. If word of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the 3 of us in here.
A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it?
But
I will concede that it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards.
Is Prosecutor Samadi actually agreeing with us?
However, it is not possible that the accused killed Master Tornado. And then left that message in order to frame the witness. And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them.
Silence. A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Wendo's multiple personalities. Wendo just finished saying so himself.
Ah, that is true, but ultimately a meaningless point. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Ah, that spring chick memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony?
Simon's testimony? Oh.
Geru escorted me to the dressing room. But we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
That's right, until just a few moments before Uendo entered the dressing room. Taifu Tornado was confirmed to still be alive.
Ah!
No!
Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members.
Oh no!
I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did. And yet, I have a perfect alibi.
Indeed. Why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi, witness?
Okie dokie smoky.
Okie dokie smoky? Okay. Whatever. Wendo's alibi.
I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. But my performance was a huge bust. Not a single soul left. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show.
Uendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it go, defense, and move on.
Well, get this, Prosecutor Samahi. The Write Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end.
Allow me to say this once more. Let it go and move on.
And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up.
Let it go and...
Never! You take your frozen bullshit away!
This is pointless. Your motto is pointless! You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will.
Oh no! Anything but this!
Oh no, I'm going to be squeezed to death by beads! I really wanted to be sarcastic when she was like,
Oh no! Ah! Yeah! What's the big idea, Prosecutor Samahi?
that was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed?
As if!
In that case, you must require another dose. Oh!
Not bloody likely.
Damn! Okay, that was cool.
I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Sykes don't know where to submit to you here, I won't be able to eat good soba anymore.
That's right! For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach, I will never give up!
You will rule those words, offense. Of that I can assure you. Scary. Alright, let's begin the cross-examination! We're gonna have to skip a statement here, though.
How can we be sure it was you who was on the stage?
Are you asking whether it could have been some imposter?
I guess so.
Unlike a big arena, a Rakugo theater is a cozy little place. It would be hard to fool an audience in such an intimate setting, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Good. I'm glad we could clear that up, because I guess you could say...
Was there anything special about the stage or your performance that you can tell me? For example, were the lights dimmer than usual? Were there any problems or accidents?
Not a thing. Everything was the same as always. Mr. Prosecutor, you questioned the audience, didn't you?
Yes, of course. Apparently, nothing seemed amiss to them except, well, one small thing.
One small thing?
Oh, it's so embarrassing! I tried my best! Really, I did!
Skip over that.
Excuse me for asking, but do you bomb like that on a regular basis?
Well, aren't you the regular rude Daisy? Do you really think a Rakugo artist who regularly bombs would get promoted? In fact, I'm known as the Tornado School's Whirlwindo of Laughter, I'll have you know.
Is that really true, Simon?
That nickname is a bit of a travesty if you ask me. But his Rakugo is solid and well received, yes.
I see. But yeah, Whirlwindo of Laughter is a big old stink bomb of a name, isn't it? What a relief. I thought it was just me. Whirlwindo of Laughter is great. Funny stuff.
I'm glad you like it. You lying two-faced son of a bitch, I'm standing right here. I can hear what you're saying. Hello?
With the audience as his witness, Whirlwindo has a pretty unshakable alibi, doesn't he?
You're not giving up, are you? Where's that never say die spirit you displayed earlier?
Of course I'm not giving up, Simon! I just know Whirlwindo has something to do with this case.
But how will you connect him to the crime when he has an alibi as strong as that?
I don't know just yet. But I'm going to press his testimony and keep an eye out for contradictions.
Alright, now we're gonna press the third statement.
Do you have any idea what went wrong?
I'm not sure if it was my performance, or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time.
I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how he could have flopped at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into things a bit more.
Let's talk about Windows' performance. Or what he performed.
Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed?
I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything to the uninitiated.
Well, even if I might not get it, can't you at least try me?
Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba.
Time Soba, huh? Maybe Uendo's right. He's only said the name of the routine and I'm already lost.
Ah, so you performed Time Soba, did you?
What? You know about it, Prosecutor Sabati?
Well, yeah, he spent all night researching. In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. I must say, defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial.
Simon, what's Time Soba about?
Look it up yourself.
Thanks, Blackwell. Allow me to give an overview. The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How you doing, sir? What can I get for ya? I see you've got seaweed-topped hanamaki soba. I'll have a bowl of shippoku, my good man. It sure is cold tonight, isn't it? But there's nothing like a hot bowl of noodles and soup to warm the soul. You know it, sir. One shippoku coming right up. So, how's business? Not so great, sir. Is that so? Well, that's great, because things can only get better from here, right? Well, prosecutor! The customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. So how much do I owe you? That'll be 16 mon, sir. I see. Sorry, but I only have small change on me. I'll count the coins into your palm so you could hold out your hand for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, what time is it? It's 9, sir. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Thanks and bye. Very well done, Prosecutor Samari. That was excellent.
Huh? I don't get it. What was so funny about that?
Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then, just after counting 8, he asked about the time. And the soba vendor answered with 9.
Oh, now I get it! He made the vendor say 9, and then he continued counting from 10.
Exactly. He cheated the soba vendor out of 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues with another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same. But he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for his soba. The story ends on that as the punchline. You can look up the rest of the details yourself.
By the way, Time Soba is a real Rakugo story. You can actually look this up.
Or, I'm sure Prosecutor Sad Monk over there would love to perform it for you after court.
So, basically it's a story about a man cheating on his soba bill. That's kinda petty, isn't it?
Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Time Soba is such a well-known staple of Rakugo that the skill of the artist is.
Fine, so you studied a lot. But we haven't the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sad Monk.
You tell him, Blackwell! Aw, I wanted to hear a little more, but I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Toki Soba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this statement to his testimony?
Should I have that statement added to the testimony?
Have it added.
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to have it added.
Very well.
The story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba.
The story where a man cheats on his soba bill, right? Why do you think it didn't go over well?
Well, I suppose I was a little nervous. It's a lot of pressure when you're the star of such an important show, you know.
You? Nervous? I thought you'd be all calm and collected, but I guess even you can get stage fright, huh?
I wanted so badly to live up to the great name of Wendo that I inherited. That I guess I overperformed a little this time.
Wait, Uenda was the stage name of a former member of the Tornado School, right?
That's right. The name belonged to one of Shisho's former disciples, who died of illness at a young age.
With the weight of a new name like that to carry on your shoulders, I can see why you were feeling the heat, just like me. I'm carrying the weight of my entire agency on my shoulders right now.
In that case, can I count on your sympathy and have you go a little easier on me?
With the audience as his witness, Uendo has a pretty unshakable alibi, doesn't he?
Okay, we're skipping here. Alright, we're gonna present something on the last statement as soon as I get to it. Okay, so we're gonna present the invitation here because I believe he wasn't supposed to I have a feeling he wasn't actually supposed to do Toki Soba. Where is it?
Uendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed?
Odd? No. I don't think there's anything odd about it.
But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd.
We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant.
That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sumahi. The reason being, it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Uendo, do you know what this is?
No. What is it?
This is an invitation to the show sent from Master Tornado to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Soba was to be performed by Master Tornado himself.
No.
Uendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do?
Well, you see, the reason for that is...
He did it to manipulate the time of death. I knew it! They should have looked into that. They should have gone inside and looked rather than listened from the outside.
How do I say this? You see... let's say it was a prank. That's right! It was just a little joke, you see? I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before he did.
I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba coming from the dressing room? During Uendo's performance on stage? Seems like too much of a coincidence. Wait, can it be?
What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay.
Stop comparing me to birds!
Then cease this bird-brain timidity. If something has occurred to you, then lay it out for us already. Don't breed resentment in those watching your performance.
Oh, okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Uendo's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case.
Oh my god, English. Are you referring to the Soba bill the man tried to skimp on in the witness's story?
I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but then what are you talking about, Miss Sykes?
What Uendo may have been trying to deceive us about was...
the time of the victim's death.
Uendo tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death.
What? What gibberish. Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death.
I know! But he only testified that way because he and Gero had been completely taken in.
You mean by the Soba bill thing?
Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor?
I was deceived.
Pray tell, how did Uendo manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage?
That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room.
Oh, and what might that be?
The prop Uendo used was...
the television.
This TV was used to view what was happening on the stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Uendo doing?
He was performing Time Soba. Blast! Could it be?
Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Gero heard was not Master Tornado practicing his routine. It was Uendo's performance as heard through this TV monitor speakers.
What?
With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside.
And because we knew that Master Tornado was scheduled to perform Time Soba, we were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time, rehearsing.
Yes, your knowledge of the day's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Tornado?
With the doors in the way, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard Time Soba, I just assumed it was Master Tornado. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
All of that is mere conjecture. Where is your proof, defense?
Ueno moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door. Because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing.
Ugh.
And there's one more thing about Uendo's actions that's suspicious.
And that is...
The fact that he flopped so badly on such an important occasion.
What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know?
But I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Uendo knew it'd be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room.
Oh my!
Yipes!
It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice Prosecutor Blackwell and Garrow heard was due to Uendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 p.m. In other words, Uendo could have killed Master Tornado himself!
We've got you by the stones now, Wendo, so you'd better confess everything.
Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
We demand an explanation! Uendo!
I confess. I tampered with the crime scene.
The question is, why? Did Owen really do it? Is it the defense's claim that Uendo Tornado is the true murderer in this case?
If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him a suspect.
Hold it! Now wait just 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho.
Then why did you tamper with the crime scene?
I refuse to answer that question.
What?
If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you.
What could it be this time?
Uendo had absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Tornado. After all, why would Uendo kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him?
Oh, well, his motive was, I can't think of a single thing.
It appears you are also not aware of one other fact.
And that is...
that the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. Is it not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time?
What? Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before 4 p.m.
We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before p.m. relevant...
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
So, you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you?
Well, it was very sudden and, why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon?
Don't you give me that look.
It's your fault, damn it!
And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 p.m. either.
Oh, well, okay, fine.
Ah, this sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared.
The defense will stop squabbling this instant.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Sabati, please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense, you know of the soba-making implements in this dressing room, correct?
Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles?
You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water.
Alright, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop here for now, because I'm all over the place right now. There are too many people interrupting me during this production. So I'm just gonna stop now, because I think we're already almost towards the, we're almost at the 30-minute mark as it is, and I was hoping to get to the next cross-examination, but hey, it's fine. We'll stop here for now, we'll continue on the next video. See you guys then. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Let's Play Spirit of Justice. So in the last episode, we have discovered that Uendo has DID, also known as multiple personality disorders. And I think it's safe to assume that the card that spelled out Owen the Fourth is more than likely talking about his fourth personality, even though he says he only has 3. So let's see if we can get to that point. A new interpretation. Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes?
Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personality, this now makes perfect sense.
The Karada cards. The Karada cards. The Karuda cards. Excuse me.
That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left Simon's testimony? Oh.
Geru escorted me to the dressing room. But we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait in the hall until he was done.
That's right. Until just a few moments before Uendo entered the dressing room. Taifu Tornado was confirmed to still be alive.
Ah!
No!
Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members.
That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado School. But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the 3 of us in here.
A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it?
But
I will concede that it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards.
Is Prosecutor Samadi actually agreeing with us?
However, it is not possible that the accused killed Master Tornado. And then left that message in order to frame the witness.
At the scene, we didn't have a clue as to what Owen Fourth could possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Fourth actually means a secret fourth personality of Uendo's? A personality named Owen!
What? Pokanka.
Ueno must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want to be associated anyway with that dying message.
No, that's not why. We kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters. If word of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name.
And upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Ueno rearranged them.
A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the Tornado School knew about Wendo's multiple personalities. Wendo just finished saying so himself.
Ah, that is true, but ultimately a meaningless point. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Ah, that spring chick memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony?